Hello and welcome. This is the next part of our carcass joinery, and this is where we attach our case top to the sides with dovetails. I think this is one of the most tricky parts, bringing all this together because of a number of considerations. Dovetail, this is where our writing base goes in, and then I've cut the slant side of it, which is where the lid will go. Now, the lid when opens has to be flush with this writing base. Now, which means that it has to be, this slant has to be perfect. Now, we don't know what that exact measurement is. And so what we do is we cut it at the exact place on the top, but we leave a little margin here, which is why we have this piece of wood left here. So what happens is that when we put this top on, we will have to shave it and shave it and shave it until we have the right measurement so that the top is flush on this side and is sitting on the sides, on the two sides. At this point, I really want to talk about Matthew Wolf of DW Furniture Makers, who I compared notes with, and he was kind enough to share his drawings with me, and he sort of took me through this process. He makes one of the best secretary desks. I think he's one of the best furniture makers. So thank you, Matthew, for that. Now, there are a few more considerations for putting the dovetails here. Number one consideration is that around half an inch here, we will have our rabbet for the backboard, which means that we cannot put a pin here. We will have to put a tail on this side. So when we put a rabbet, it does not make a hole here. This side of this top will have this angle to run along with it in the horizontal direction. So then again, we would not like to put a tail here, we'd like to put a pin here, which means that our tail will start a little back and then we'll have a half a tail here. So now we'll get on with marking the joinery, marking the layout for our dovetails. So first we transfer the width of our sides to our top. So we know how deep are the dovetails. I have adjusted my calipers for the width of the tails. Four, four. And then I want tails that are very thin at the top, so I will just create this width and run it over, which will give us can you So our tails are cut and cleaned. Now it's time to make the pins. And the easiest way to do it is to put the tailboard on the pin board and get the references. So we shall register all these pins now. Our dovetails are done. It's time for the carcass joinery. So next up, we shall be putting some dividers for the two loopers that go here. The two drawers, we're going to have 3 dividers in total, and then we get to the backboard. Stay tuned.